Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard. So I'm up at the dojo for several reasons. One, I have a class in an hour. Two, I've got some product that I ordered from Century, so I thought I would open it up and show you guys. So as it goes at this present time, I like to go on to Century and look up the clearance items as far as DVDs go for instructional videos, and they only had 7 of them listed on their website as being clearanced, being $1.99 a piece for a DVD instructional. So having about $30 to spare, I decided that I would order them. And to be totally honest, I didn't really care what the topics were. It was martial arts, and that's really all I cared about. So I tried to get this video taken care of before class, but we had some people coming up and doing other things, and it was it made it difficult to get it done before class. And now that class is over, there's another class going on, and then there's another class coming up in just less than a half hour. So I don't have any time nor space in the main part of the dojo, so I came into one of the small workrooms. So what I did was I decided that I was going to take $30 and get myself something. It's really for one of my students and for my training, but it's for me. So I like to go to, get it up here, I like to go to Century Martial Art Gear, and they have a section that has clearanced DVDs. And really what they are, they're just martial art instructional videos that they sell for $1.99. So any chance I get, I will order them when I can. Now I ordered a good bunch of them many months back, and I did a haul on those, and it was all of them that I was interested in having at the time. There was still a handful of them that I didn't really care if I had, or I really just wasn't interested in the art or the system that was being taught, so I just chose not to get them. Now, through time, their clearance DVDs seem to have been dwindling to almost nothing. So I got on there a few days ago, pardon me, and because I needed to get a belt for one of my students, she's not going to be ready to be tested for maybe 5 or 6 months, but I never know when I'm going to have the opportunity to purchase the belts, because I don't store belts back. I don't buy them in bulk. I only purchase them when I need them. So I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'll have the money in 5 or 6 months, so I have it now, so I just went ahead and got it. So anyway, because I was getting the belt, I said, well, let's look at the clearance DVDs. They had 7 of them. Now I can honestly say that the 7 that they had under clearance, yeah, you know, give or take. I would like to have them, but I would never spend any real money on them. I mean, if somebody were to offer them to me for free, yes, or, you know, at best, if they were offered to me at $1.99, you know, sure, why not? So, I went ahead and ordered the DVDs and the belt. So let me grab these out here. So here's the red belt. Now I use red belts instead of brown belts. I just prefer the red, and that's what I use instead of brown belts. Now she's only a 2nd tip blue belt, so she has one more blue belt tip to go, her 3rd tip, and then she has red belt. So she has plenty of time before she's going to be ready for her brown belt. Or brown belt, red belt, whatever you want to call it. She may be a blue belt for the rest of the year. I don't know. It's entirely up to her whenever she decides to learn the material to the standards that I expect. Once that happens, then I'll test her for her third tip blue belt. And once that happens, then she starts with her red belt material. So, you know, it may be a year down the road before she's even ready for this, but I wanted to make sure that I had it. I also would like to, when I get some more spare cash, order a set of all of the belts I use and make a display out of them. So that may happen soon too. So anyway, I got her the red belt for when she's ready for that. And this doesn't have prices on it. I think this was about $7 or $8. I think somewhere around $7 or $8 when it was all said and done. So anyway, and then I ordered, like I said, I think it was 7 DVDs. So they really taped that up good. So let's open this tape up here. There we go. Bubble wrap. Goodness. They didn't want these bouncing around anywhere. There we go. Alright. So let's look at the videos that I purchased. And they're in no particular order or organization because they're all mixed up and twisted and turned and all sorts of craziness, and they're not in alphabetical order. But that's okay because I didn't put them in alphabetical order in the first place, so we'll just deal with it as it is. The Sweet Science of Striking, Volume 1. It's a world champion karate sport fighter. You know, I'm not into karate and I'm not into sport fighting as far as karate goes, but for $2 I thought, why not? Shaolin Chu Fa Part 2 and Part 3. Again, those were the only ones that were $1.99. Shotokan Karate Volume 3. We have Jim Wagner's Reality-Based Personal Protection Knowledge Domain. So this is kind of a self-aware, self-defense, you know, type thing. Know your environment, that sort of stuff. The Master Series Karate Do Volume 5. And lastly, Championship Training for Competition. And it looks like a Chinese martial artist or a Chinese styled martial artist on front. His pose definitely says Chinese to me. So anyway, those are the movies or instructional videos that I purchased. And again, the reason I did it was because, well, one, I needed to order the belt. And I figured instead of ordering just a single belt for like $8, and these were only like $2 a pop, might as well. I ended up spending just under $30 with the shipping and everything. It was just slightly under $30, so you can just call it $30. So I spent $30 on it. I'm happy. I've got some videos to watch. There's got to be some information in there that I would be interested in and can apply to my martial arts in some way or another. And even if not, I'm sure there's information in here somebody else will find interesting at some point. These will be going home and I will be placing them into my computer and making MP4s out of them. Hopefully that my program will work with that. So I'll just put them on MP4s and store them away with the rest of my instructional videos, and I will watch them at least once. If I don't get anything out of them, at least they're available to somebody else down the road. So there we go. Thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.